Cops. I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
2021 is the year of the local election. From fire district commission to school board to city council, there are over 300 offices up for election this year in King County alone. With so many moving pieces, it's important to know what paperwork is due when. That's where King County Elections comes in. While we can't teach you how to campaign, we can teach you how to make your run official. Join us for one of our upcoming candidate workshops in Thursday, April 1st, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, April 17th, 10 a.m. to noon. Thursday, April 29th, 10 a.m. to noon. Join us in April to learn the ins and outs of becoming a candidate here in King County. Join Rainier Avenue Radio from 5 to midnight for Sunday evening sound sessions. Jazz from the Cabinets from Big Poppy.
That's right. It's time once again for Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy.
Sergio LaCour's Love Lines.
It's Sergio's Love Lines with Sergio LaCour. Go to the phone line. Tell her who we talking to.
Sage Prince and Just My Opinion.
This is Sage, and that's just about going to do it for the first half of Just My Opinion.
K-Fox Night Beat with Nasty Ness Rodriguez.
It's the beat of the Fox. K-Fox Night Beat, Nasty Ness.
You know what? You're going to listen from 5 to midnight. Just turn it on and don't stop. DJ Alibaba. The Underground Surround Sound Star Time with Paul Pearson.
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Paul Pearson.
Sunday evening sound sessions on Rainier Avenue Radio. Trust me, you'll be listening the entire time from 5 to midnight. Sunday evening, your sound session on Rainier Avenue Radio. Metro League High School sports are back.
There's Jordan. Makes a stutter step inside, breaks a tackle. He's off the run. He's going to take it all the way.
Join Rainier Avenue Radio, your home team for Metro League football, basketball, baseball, girls soccer, track and field, bowling, and even more than that. We got you. Watch Metro League High School sports on Rainier Avenue Radio via Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You can listen in right at our website, RainierAvenueRadio.world, or download our app for free to listen and watch. Metro League High School Sports 2021 on RainierAvenueRadio.world, powered by the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle, King County for Culture, and the Seattle Mariners.
You're listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Well, I guess it might help if I start the camera, huh? Welcome to Monday Night Sports. I'm Rick DuPree, and the big guy that joins me, that's Edwin Bailey. And we are bringing you Monday Night Sports right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. And man, what a show do we have? We got a lot to cover, And, I guess the first thing is, if you have been listening to us on Friday nights, you know that we're covering Metro League football. And one of the biggest upsets in years, Seattle Prep beat O'Day. And we're going to show you some highlights and talk about that in a minute and select our player of the game. Edwin's going to give you his belly bumper of the award for the week as well. And keep in mind what we're doing at Rainier Avenue Radio. We come together and for the games that we cover. And so last week broadcast, the two games we had, the Prep and O'Day game was the first of our doubleheader. And so we will select from the games that we bring you. We'll select a player of the week, and it's definitely coming from that game. What can I say? It was just absolutely incredible. We also brought you the Lakeside Rainier Beach game, but our player of the game coming from that Prep O'Day game. And then coming up this Friday, make sure to tune in. We're giving you another doubleheader, Lakeside and Cleveland at 5 o'clock, and then Franklin and Lincoln at 8 o'clock. And that is what we will have for you. Yeah, we'll give you a lot of good football. Also, a couple of other things before I'm going to wait until we get Edwin. We'll start talking about Prep, and we'll tell you our player of the week. But man, have you been watching the March Madness and NC2A tournament? Just absolutely incredible. And this is what it's all about. This is the fun stuff. I mean, I'm sitting here looking. I mean, okay, all these teams that were again ranked or seeded 10th or below. Okay, so number 15 Oral Roberts. Okay, beat number 2 Ohio State. Then they beat number 7 Florida. You got number 11 Syracuse. They beat number 6 San Diego State, and then number 3 West Virginia. Oregon State. And what about the Pac-12? We're going to talk about that in a minute. Pac-12 is just they are showing out. and they are representing. Oregon State, they beat Tennessee, who is seeded 5th, and then they topped 4th seed Oklahoma State. Ohio seeded 13th, beat Virginia. Number 10 Maryland, number 11 UCLA, 14 Abilene Christian, all still alive, and just absolutely incredible. So as we take a look at it, you look at the Sweet 16. Now already in there, you've got Oregon State. They're taking on Loyola Chicago. Another surprise there. Okay, in the Pac-12, Oregon won earlier today, so they're in. That's 2. UCLA won. That's 3. You have Colorado and Florida State playing. That could be 4. And the USC's playing later. That could be 5 Pac-12 teams in the top 16 in the Sweet 16. So that is coming up, and just some exciting basketball. And if you're able to watch, earlier today, and obviously as you get in the Sweet 16, that's going to be some exciting action. They got some. See, I was reading. I wasn't looking at the video that you got showing there. But just some incredible basketball. And again, you go back to when you have a team that is seeded 15th, and again they go out again Oral Roberts and beat Ohio State, and then beat number 7 Florida. So they're in the Sweet 16. So as you look at the Sweet 16 right now, so again Loyola and Oregon State will be playing. Number 1 seeded Baylor against number 5 Villanova. Number 3 Arkansas against 15 Oral Roberts, and then number 11 Syracuse against 2nd seeded Houston.
Playing without young.
Okay. And then, the other thing that's really interesting as we take a look at, the NCAA is there we go. We got some highlights. That's the Oral Roberts game against, you can go full screen with that. People can see me in the little box. Let's see the highlights there as we're talking. Yeah. I mean, just absolutely, incredible. This is live, not live action, but I mean, that's the action from the start of the game. Look at my man throwing it from deep. That's Steph Curry range, So anyway, great game by Oral Roberts and a big win for them. The other thing that's really interesting, to me is you talk about what's the best way to, I was gonna say the disparities in between men and women's game. And we're going to go in just a minute. I want to, Daniel, we can play the, I think we have the clip of, basically, let me kind of set it for everybody, set the stage. So the men's tournament, they have this huge room, and they got a bunch of weights in there and what have you for them to work out, for them to get ready and what have you. Well, the women, they had 1 rack of dumbbells. No, I'm serious. And so, apparently, Sedona Prince, who plays for Oregon, kind of posted, and we're gonna play that for you. She posted on one of the, I think it was Instagram or whatever, and said, look at this, and then action was taken. Dan, do we have that? Can we play that? I want to hear what she had.
I got something to show y'all. So for the NCAA March Madness, the biggest tournament in college basketball for women, this is our weight room. Let me show y'all the men's weight room.
Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
Now, when pictures of our weight room got released versus the men's, the NCAA came out with a statement saying that it wasn't money, it was space that was a problem. Let me show y'all something else. Here's our practice court, right? And then here's that weight room. And then here's all this extra space. If you aren't upset about this problem, then you're a part of it.
And I don't know if we have more, because then, and Daniel, if you have that there, I want to play it, where they show, so the NC2A tried to rectify the situation and gave them a larger space with weights and what have you. But for that to even happen, I mean, come on. And you know what? I take my hat off to her for shining the light on that. And you talk about, this culture of social media and what have you. But hey, that you see the pictures, is real. It's there. And that made a difference. And that it's just, I don't know what to say. I mean, when I saw that, I was watching ESPN earlier today, saw that, and I couldn't believe it. And Daniel, I don't know if there is that video. I know there was some video. I saw it earlier where she then said, okay, take a look, at what we were given. So if we have that, we can show it. If not, no big deal. But that's just, that is just absolutely ridiculous that something like that would happen. And it unfortunately took her to post that video and to basically shame the NCAA, and for them to, kind of come up with whatever excuses they can come up with. And that's all it was, an excuse. And I mean, let's just call it, call it what it is. And so again, like I said, I mean, I just applaud her for speaking up. And that's, that's the important thing, is that the power of your voice, and people have to understand how important that is. And that young lady did. And she tweeted it out and said, look, this is not right. This is not right. And didn't do it in a malicious way, but certainly it was in a way that shined the light on it and shamed the NC2A. And so they got called out and then forced to make a change. And it just, I mean, it shouldn't even take that, I mean, it reminds me of, you go back a few years ago, and ESPN did a deal, and I guess that's some of the, just some of the, go ahead and play that audio, Dan. Let's see what this is in there.
In the last 60 days for 64 teams to be here in San Antonio. And we acknowledge that. We are actively working on that and things that'll be in place by tomorrow morning.
If you aren't upset about this problem, then you're a part of it.
Thanks. So that was the NC2A and NC2A rep, kind of say, hey, we're gonna fix it, but it shouldn't even take that. So what I was gonna say is if you remember a few years ago, before I go there, it just, it's this culture of unless you're called out, unless it's highlighted, you should know better. You should know better. So ESPN a few years ago, they did a NFL draft, kind of mock draft, a bit on the air. And what it is, it was like a, honestly, it was reminiscent of a slave trade. And you had all of these white men in the audience, and they had, little paddles with the faces of primarily black players that were in the draft, and holding it up, and literally, I mean, it resembled what you saw and what we've seen in history of the slave trade, when they had the slaves up on the stage and people bidding for them. And my point is this: how can something like that, you think about, how can that get green lighted and get all the way to where it goes on the air? Same thing with this. How can this happen where you have, in a space, one little rack of dumbbells, and that's it. And you go back to the ESPN thing, and I mean, and part of the problem is that you've got to have people in decision-making positions, that can empathize and have been in the shoes of the individuals that they're serving. And so go back to the ESPN, for example, clearly they didn't have a black person. Clearly they didn't have a black person that was in on the decision-making, because anybody that's black would say, oh, wait a minute, this is too reminiscent. This is, no, we can't allow this. But clearly that didn't occur. Same thing, with the NC2A. How can someone, how can that go all the way down the line and say, oh yeah, this is okay, this is what we're going to do, and not one person in that decision-making process say, wait a minute, this doesn't sit right. We got to do something here. So again, I applaud that young lady for just calling the NC2A out, and because she used her voice, because she said, wait a minute, this is not right. And that's Sedona Sedona Prince of Oregon, and said, this is not cool. So anyway, I just wanted to highlight that. Now, one other thing I want to bring up, and it goes to this mentality of the cancel culture. If you just joined us, I'm Rick DuPree. You are listening to Monday Night Sports right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. And I'm not sure, we had Edwin, and then we lost him, so I'm not sure if we can get him back. We will. But anyway, we started kind of this cancel culture where somebody makes a mistake, or somebody does something we don't like, and we just write them off. Or somebody doesn't agree with us, and we think that gives us the green light to do harm to them. I mean, that's just crazy. And so, why am I bringing this up? Well, Ohio State, Ohio State, as I said earlier, lost. They were their second seed, and E.J. Liddell, who missed, a free throw, one or two, I can't remember, but he then received vulgar threats and insults after they lost to Oral Roberts. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So he basically, in the 75-72 overtime loss, he scored a team high 23 pull down, 14 rebounds, but then he tweeted a series of screenshots showing abusive and vulgar comments directed at him, and along with threats and insults. And he basically, and again, he used his voice. He said, wait a minute, what did I do to deserve this? I'm human. And he said, comments don't get to me, but I want to know why. I've never done anything to anyone in my life to be approached, like this. And in a statement posted to Twitter on Saturday, Ohio State, their athletic director said authorities will be involved, and they should be. There's just no excuse for something like that. I mean, like this kid went out and wasn't given his all, and lost on purpose. And for people to again, and I guarantee you, people sending those tweets and those messages, and part of my brain, they ain't never been on a basketball court. They don't know what it's like. And for them to have the audacity to send tweets like that, that's just absolutely ridiculous. And so, I just I take my hat off to that young man for standing up and saying, hey, this isn't right. He said, now, it's not going to hurt me, but what have I done? What have I ever done to you? I've never done anything to anyone, and for you to treat me like this. And like I said, I mean, look at the numbers he put up. And it's not even about the numbers he put up, because even if he didn't put up any numbers, and for whatever reason got in and missed the game-winning shot, doesn't deserve anything like that. Rico, that's the Ohio State culture, huh? Yeah, it's sad, that it's come to this. And again, like I said, and Edwin says this a lot, he said, I don't want to hear from people that have never played the game, because they don't know what it's like. They don't know what it takes. And that's the truth. So anyway, enough of that, get up on my soapbox for a while. That's what happens when we can't get Edwin on. Then I'm just going to go on and on and on. Anyway, you are listening to Monday Night Sports right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. I am Rick DuPree, and or better yet, just call me Dupe. And real quickly, let me just highlight what we have coming up this weekend. I mentioned that earlier, and then I want to talk a little bit about our player of the week. But this Friday night, tune in right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, and we will bring you a doubleheader: Ingram and Lincoln, followed by Garfield and wait. Oh yeah, that is right. I gave you the wrong teams earlier. I apologize. But this week, Friday the 26th, because today's the 27th, is Ingram, Lincoln, the 5 o'clock game, and then Garfield, Ballard, the 8 o'clock game. So make sure to tune in, and you can hear those games right here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. Okay, let's switch gears, and let's talk a little bit about this past weekend and our player. I guess I get to do the honors of announcing our Rainier Avenue Radio athlete player of the week. And let's show some highlights first. I'm going to kind of set it up. So Daniel, if you want to roll the highlights, like I said, where we saw the interception, starting out with the interception. So if you are just tuning in and you were not, if you've been wherever, I don't know, you just aren't aware of what happened. Friday night, O'Day and Seattle Prep, we brought you that game live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio at 5 o'clock. And O'Day being the dominant team, now they lost their opener against Eastside Catholic, and Eastside Catholic and O'Day have been, for the last several years at the top. Yes, I know, at the top of the standings in the Metro League. But anyway, with that said, O'Day, has been, for year in and year out. Monty Kohler's done just a tremendous job there. So they were leading 14-7, and Seattle Prep was driving, and then junior quarterback Braden Smith, and And if we have the highlights, we're going to show this to you in just a minute.
Now, Edwin, because it would be a one-point ball game.
Yeah, very, very large.
So it's three.
They can get down there.
Yeah. Oh, and Smith looking deep. And he just throws it up, and it's going to be intercepted, Edwin. That was an ill-advised throw. Justin Stetson. And Stetson's got some room running back, and he takes it all the way out almost to the 30, and a flag is thrown. So Braden Smith was looking for Jarrett Rosnos, and there was really single coverage, but the safety came over, and the pass was underthrown and inside. Braden Smith just couldn't get it there, and there for the pick.
And then you can keep we can fast forward up to when after the O'Day punt. So anyway, so that occurred. There was I can't remember how much time, 3 minutes. I mean, it was late in the ball game, and Prep was driving, and Braden Smith, junior quarterback, played a great game. And again, just trying to make a play and just didn't have the arm strength to get it there. It was inside, it was short, and it was picked off. Defense did a great job and got a stop, forced a punt, and then Prep got the ball back with about 1:08 left in the ball game. And I actually just want to show, here we go. So as you see here, these are plays where Prep is just driving all the way down near the end of the game. You see it there. And if we can get the natural sound, we'll just let it play.
This game. Because if you score and there's no reason to kick the PAT.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going for 2.
Yeah, there's no playoffs, per se, and what have you. So go for the win.
Go for the win.
Yeah, go for the glory.
And you got a quarterback that'll give you a chance.
So O'Day now, Braden Smith, and 19 seconds on the play clock. He goes back. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left, empty backfield.
I think they're going to put the ball in his hands, Rick.
And they give it to Smith, fakes it to Alexander, and Smith. And there's a flag on the play. So Smith faked it to, it was Kendon Alexander coming in motion, and Braden Smith faked it to Alexander. Then he ran it to his left, and he took it all the way down to the 1, but there was a flag, and it looks like a hold on Prep. So that's coming back.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, kind of keep letting it play down. You can just bring the audio down for a minute, and I'll stop talking when we bring the audio up when we get to the next play. But anyway, so you guys can see this is exciting. Now, here's one thing you got to keep in mind. Prep, the last time Prep beat O'Day, and I was looking online here, was 1980. So to give you perspective on that was my senior year in high school. And that was the last time Prep beat O'Day. So now you got 45 seconds remaining. They got a penalty, so Braden Smith ran it down to the goal line. It's called back. And again, 45 seconds left to go in the game. And you go ahead and bring the audio back up.
They're cheering their team on and trying to wheel them into the end zone. So the clock is moving, 40 seconds and ticking. Braden Smith calling signals, looking to his right. And he's got a receiver, and he hits him about the 5-yard line. Edwin, I believe, I'll see the number. I believe that was the tight end. Yeah, it was number 88, Jack Velling. And Velling gets it down to about the 4-yard line. So 20 seconds left, and they've got to get this play off. And they're going from the line of scrimmage. Smith calling it, and with 12, 11, gets the snap, looking to his left. Has some pressure, looking to scramble now. Rolls right up the middle. He's going to be stopped just short of.
And
there's a flag.
I think they call the face mask. Clock has to stop.
Yep, 3 seconds. So the penalty really is a moot point.
I think the quarterback is hurt.
So let's see.
Oh, man. I hope that kid ain't hurt.
Nope. He just took his time getting up.
Okay.
So John, you bring the audio down in just a minute, and when the play comes up, we'll go back to the natural sound in just a minute. So you guys, you can see this was an exciting finish, and I apologize. Edwin having problems with his browser and can't get the mic working. So hey, that's what it is in this day and age where everything is on Zoom or whatever the case may be, and you just learn to work with it. But what an exciting game, and we were just into this. I mean, this was probably in the 3 years we've been doing, we being Rainier Avenue Radio, we've done prep football. This is honestly the most exciting game. I mean, last year's state championship game where Eastside Catholic beat O'Day was a tremendous game as well. But this one, just because of you look at the history, and the last time it's been 40 plus years since Prep beat O'Day, and so now you're setting the stage. O'Day leading 14-7. Braden Smith had thrown an interception. So O'Day got the ball back and looked like, okay, their offense, I mean, the way they had been playing and their offensive line, which I believe Edwin is going to name as his belly bumper award of the for the week. But anyway, the offensive line had just been blowing holes for O'Day, and there was no reason to think that they weren't going to be able to just take the drive, eat the clock up, and win the game. But Prep's defense stepped up, forced a 3-and-out, got the ball back, and so we're here. They're at basically the ball was right at the 1 of the goal line, just inside the 1, I believe. 3 seconds left to play, and Prep. I hope, and I haven't seen the video. I hope when we show this play, it's from the main camera, not the field angle. But regardless, the reason is because Prep came out, and I just take my hat off to Coach Aaron Mall. Prep came out and they ran a different set than they had run all game, and I don't know if that confused O'Day or whatever. And this took forever, you guys. So sorry, I don't know if we can fast forward a little bit and get to the play. Get past it. Thanks, Daniel. Daniel Bella's doing a great job, man. We just missed it. Go back. I want to see the touchdown. Yeah. Well, I just let it. Okay, here we go. I think. Yeah, here we go. So this is. Go ahead and bring the audio up.
On the 1 yard line, and now O'Day calls timeout.
Okay. Yeah, O'Day trying to freeze him, but hang there with us because I want you to see this. Okay, here we go.
Kind of back behind now. Alexander in motion, and the pitch out to and it's in, touchdown. The pitch to Elijah, Valley Buchanan, and they had Alexander coming in motion to the left and did the pitch to Violet Buchanan, and he went in untouched and would touchdown Seattle Prep.
So
what a play!
Yeah, the announcer said it. What a play! I don't know if we can fast forward. So then, again, like Edwin and I said, as Prep was driving, it's like, you know what? They might as well, if they score, credit does go to Aaron Mall. Rico Brown saying to Aaron Mall, just a great call, great play. And then the same thing for the extra point. So they went for it. They said, you know what? We're going to go for the win. And they ran a play, and again, a different set than they had run all game, and went in, got it, and scored the extra point, the 2-point conversion, and ended up winning. I think this is it here. Yeah.
And Seattle Prep again in a lineup that they have not shown. It's a tight lineup. They move a couple guys to the right, and the handoff of the middle. They are power, and he's in there. Touch the extra point. Seattle Prep wins it 15-14, and that is number 6. That is Elijah Violet Buchanan scored the winning touchdown and the extra point.
Good job, coaches.
Seattle Prep 15-14 over O'Day.
Good job. Wow.
So thanks, Dan. So we only got a couple minutes left, but okay. So all of that to say, our player of the week, and it could have gone to any. And again, congratulations to Elijah. He scored the winning touchdown, the extra point. But the guy who kept that team together, who showed some poise after throwing interceptions, our player of the week goes to junior quarterback Braden Smith. Congratulations. He kept that team. He made some great scrambles, and again, like I said, did not allow the fact that he threw that interception to it was history, and they got the ball back and they went in and won it. The first time in 40 plus years the Seattle Prep beats O'Day. And then I'm going to do this for Edwin because we talked, and so he and rightfully so. He looked at kind of the belly bumper award and the Rainier Beach game. Joshua Connolly Jr. played just a phenomenal game, and Edwin had a great conversation with him after the game. But Edwin chose the offensive line for Seattle Prep, and that's Oliver Bradish, Mark Nebo, Khalid Bryce, Owen Prentice, the captain, and Charles Waverly. And those guys just did a phenomenal game. So they are the winners of Edwin's Belly Bumper Award. There you have it. That will do it for us here on Monday Night Sports. Keep it right here because Lidline is up next. You see it right there on the screen. And Edwin and I have been promising we're going to talk about it, and we shall. He wrote a book. I wrote a play. I'm working on a documentary on the Seattle chapter of the Black Panthers. And when we have at least a half a show, we're going to take some time and highlight both of those, all three of those projects and tell you more about those and where you can get more information on them. But until next week, for Edwin Bailey, for the big guy, for Daniel B., like I said, Lid Line is up next. Keep it tuned right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. And until next week, peace and God bless.